Hello everyone! Welcome back to Lego Bay City. We're here now with another Lego City update. And I'll start it off with these two modulars right here. We have the original detective's office, which is an awesome set. And what is even great about this one is this alleyway that leads up to the backyard or to the back alley, which I have tiled up and placed some plants so that it would look better. Because one of the comments that I received from Aiden from a previous video was that this portion right here is really great, but it doesn't really have any connection going to the canal or to the riverside. And I thought to myself, the modulars here, which is the assembly square, have alleyways that lead up to the back portion of the modulars. And I thought, how could I then connect that further and have a link to the other side? So I remembered the detective's office has this nifty feature where it has that feature, and it was initially at the back there, which isn't really helping or being used to its full potential. So I thought I'd move it here along with this other modular that I had created, which was initially just a facade. This one is now turned into an art shop on the ground floor with the house on the upper levels. I'm not sure if I showed this one before, but just as a quick one, this is the bedroom. Here we go. And then here we have the kitchen and dining, as well as the toilet, of course, mandatory. Yep, very simple, but I like the spiral stairs. And of course, I also like the blue color scheme for this one. And then for the ground floor, we have lots of art stuff. We have paints, we have paintbrush, we have paper and all sorts of materials for arts. That is, of course, one of my favorite things to do. And I've also improved the back portion here where I tiled it up, similar to what you would have in front of the modulars, so that when these two are placed at the back, I'll just show you really quickly. Fits in like a glove. There we go. You have a nice setup here that even from the front part of the city, you'll be able to see it. And it will now have a proper connection from the front to the canal / riverside, and then you have the bridge that connects to the other side. So I'll place this back, as well as the assembly square modifications that I have done, so that you'll be able to see it in a better view. And there we have it. Once we've placed back the assembly square, we now have two alleyways here and here, a little bit hidden, but you can see now that it goes all the way to the back. There's even a scene there with a cop and probably a naughty guy or a bad guy. There, it's much cleaner, and especially since this one is right in front of the city where everyone could see, it'll be more prominent for us to have this area be in a really nice setup. I still have to, of course, modify the El Cubo Fine Art Cafe. I have to tile this up as well. The Parisian restaurant is already tiled up, and the corner buildings here don't need any because they are already up to the edge of the base plates. But I think it's really nice there. As you see through the assembly skirt going back, you can see the nice back end of the detective's office, and of course the art shop. And then as you can see there, it'll all go through this side. So thank you, Aiden, for that suggestion. I really liked it, and I appreciate you giving that kind of feedback. It helped me improve the area a lot more. And with the color scheme here, it's really nice with sort of like the colorful pastel colors where you have the light nougat, and then you have the medium azure or dark azure, and then you also have the light blue for the detective's office. So they're cohesive in that color. Although the detective's office is more of, let's say, an American style building compared to the European Jazz Cafe, El Cubo, and the art shop, it still measures up well enough. And the important thing about it is the alleyway at the back. So here we have some more things that we need to add on. Of course, I need more dark blue tiles, and I need to place more street shops all around this to make it even busier. I've not had much time to do some updates on this area, but that will be for another Lego City update. Here, I have moved temporarily the tuning garage and the noodle shop. I'm not sure if this is the best position for it, but for now, it'll be in this part. I like this building a lot, and initially it was in a different location, but we'll see how things go. I want to be able to feature it with as much exposure as possible because I really like the aesthetics of it, but we'll see. And this one is sort of like brand new and old at the same time. I've always had the ground floor, but I never really got a chance to finish it fully. This is actually a combination of the design that I had, which was the Harry Potter modular moments for the books, which is Defense of Dark Arts, and I think the other one is Divination or something. And then I also had the Harry Potter banners, which had this facade. So I recreated the facade but used the books at the back. Let me show you. Hopefully I can remove it with one hand. There we go. Making use of the books as walls, similar to the Harry Potter modular moments school that I created about probably 3 years ago now. Oh, it's been a while. So this one as well has the divination, and you have the spiral staircase. It's been trending in my city that I've been creating spiral staircases for different buildings. Not because it's what I would always want to do in the design. It just so happens that those are the available parts that I have. It's easy enough to create the spiral staircase if you have this modified 1x4 plate and 1x1 round tiles. You just put and stack them up together and create a spiral. There we go. Simple enough to do, and it saves you from the space, because space Alex Nunes, sorry. They call it Tourette's. I call it PTSD. Yeah, so spiral staircase. If you want to try it out for your mocks, consider using that style of staircase so that you could maximize your space. Anyway, moving forward with the updates in our city, I have there another truck from the Friends Main Street. I parted out the set itself. I never really got into doing any modification or mock for that set. So I parted out and used the parts as supplement for other buildings. And you'll be seeing them as I develop the city further. Anyway, here nothing has changed. There, I actually tried to rearrange the sit complex and sitcom suites in another layout, but I ended up coming back to this position because it has to be that both buildings are more on the center of the table rather than the edge. Initially, I was thinking of placing them back there as a background to the city so that it doesn't block any of the other buildings and they serve as the background. You can still see them anywhere from the city because of their height and their size. However, again, I remembered, and I'm very cautious about this one, we do experience earthquakes every now and then, and I wouldn't want to have that kind of regret wherein I could place them here, but I decided to push them right on the edge of the tables, and I don't want to be crying picking up the pieces if it all falls down during a, knock on wood, earthquake. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully it never happens, but if it does, I'd prefer the modulars, the big ones, to be at the center so that if there are any movements, it won't be as bad. But anyway, moving forward, we have the newest and my current most favorite modular building. Every one of them has been my favorite at a time, but this one is just like, ooh, icing on the cake for me. I can't stop smiling whenever I look at it, and sometimes I wonder, how did I do it? I don't know. Anyway, the Birch Bank is now located in the main busy street, and I think this one is able to feature the building the best way it can. And of course, as you can see, the buildings beside the Birch Bank complement it as well. The height is very similar, and of course, you can see there are 3 levels here and also 3 levels there. And the color scheme as well, we have tan, brown, and then light nougat, and then white, and then dark blue and white. It just matches up really well. So do you think this is the best position for this corner building? Please let me know in the comments down below. Also, to add on to the Birch Bank design, I have created another cafe. This one has the entrance on the book shop where you use the stairs to go all the way up here, where you have here a coffee making machine, you have here pastries, and then you have here seating and table. And the table and the chairs are also on an arch or circular or quarter circle position, wherein everyone would be looking at the singer or the performer right over at the center. So I think that's something different and something nice to see. I could add more details to platform there, but we'll see how things go. Sometimes I'm inspired by something and I add more details. Sometimes I'm a bit lazy. But the thing with this one is that it's not the first cafe rooftop that I have. Of course, the Town Square pub has its own, and it has the rockers, which are the Ninjago characters in their punk rock costumes. And then you have another cafe here, which is on top of the Town Square corner. This one is another favorite mock that I have done back in 2021, a long time ago, and I've added so much details to that. If you want to see that mock, you can find that in the modular playlist that I have, a previous video a few years back. But anyway, yeah, those are the major updates that I have for this portion. Not much has changed in this area. One more thing that I would like to ask from you, some advice or some suggestions. Here we go. Now we have here, of course, Diagon Alley and Gringotts Bank. I've been planning for a while to expand it, wherein I want the middle portion to be wider, because having it right next to each other is just, it loses a lot of the details for each side of the building. It's just like you're wasting that really good facade. So I've decided to try and find a way wherein I'm adding half a base plate wide walkway here. Maybe we could put a few stalls or markets at the center portion here. It might not be movie accurate, but I'm fine with that. And then also add another facade building here related to Harry Potter. And then I would have to, of course, create half base plate facades that would cover them up for the city layout. So initially I was planning on including them in our amusement park, but it just, I feel that it's more of a city layout, a hidden part of the city that I need to be able to incorporate. Either, let's go here, I might have to move this two houses. I tried this portion here, but it might be, it's too long. The combination there is like 3.5 modulars, so it's right off the edge. I'm still considering this portion here, but I might end up removing the up house in the middle of that sit complex and sitcom suites if that were to happen, which I would prefer not to, but we'll see. So that's one option. Another option for that is here, where I move this road and these modulars 1.5 base plate to the left, rearrange some of them, and then create an open space here where I would have essentially the Gringotts Bank here, half of Diagon Alley here, half modulars of walkways and alleyways here, and then the other half modular of Diagon Alley in this position. That is just one of the plans. I'm not sure if I would want to do that. But I also don't want to concentrate all the nice details in this portion, because I know at some point I have to fill in this table as well. It's working really well for me right now, having this as a work table where I could build here, I could create videos here, and the kids that come here would be able to play and build here as well. But if it's where up to a point where I have to think about maybe using this as a starter in this position and create modular buildings around it, then I might have to start doing that now. But anyways, that's still a long way, because that would entail that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 or 7 modulars, because that one also has to have a modular in front of it, or half modulars. So it'll be a while, but I want to be able to utilize and sort of feature this not just as part of the amusement park. And look at that. After creating the flowers for the castle, I've not had much time to improve on it, but of course, like everything else, as I go along, when I gain more parts, and I acquire more sets, I add more details to it. So please be patient. Don't roast me in the comments of not finishing all the projects that I have in the city. It's just that whatever becomes available in my collection in terms of the parts, I work on those and not focus too much on what I don't have currently. So that's my usual philosophy. It's just doing what I can with the things that I have right now, and then just worrying and adding on to it later on when I do get more parts. Anyway, that's it for now. You might want to go back into the rest of the videos and count how many times I said anyways. Okay, so that's it, and thank you very much for watching this video. If you have suggestions or recommendations for improving the city, suggestions for new mocks or modifications of current or existing sets. Oh, by the way, there are really nice sets coming in June and August, so stay tuned for those designs. And that's it for now. I'll see you again in the next update. Thank you very much. Bye.